perceived as very confusing. Maybe because they are quite confusing to a man at least. But if we look at how we differ biologically, and I don't mean on just the cellular level and neurological and stuff, no, no. I mean at very obvious things, very obvious things. And okay, so say we're in Europe, for instance, and it's 10,000 BC. So most people live in some sort of semi-nomadic lifestyle, and women will get pregnant a lot because there are no condoms or any other contraceptive. At least we guess that they didn't have some poisonous root or something to munch on in order to kill something growing inside of them off. I mean, and some abortion. You probably can abort the fetus by just hyperventilating, but that why would you do that? And on top of it, your brain could take some damage. So anyway, okay, so a lot of young women will be pregnant almost constantly, and if you're pregnant and the most advanced technology your tribe and people got is an atlatl or a bow and arrow. Atlatl is that cool thing when you have a lever and you throw a very thin, flexible spear that looks more like an oversized arrow for bows, but it's yeah, you whip it away and it got awesome penetration power compared to a spear you just throw with your hand. Handheld spear will need to have extra weight to hit very hard, but with an atlatl you can accelerate. Anyway, you do not have a very advanced gadgets with you. You have enough to kill huge beasts and stuff, but you can't if you're pregnant. I mean, imagine pregnant women running away from saber-toothed tigers or something. No, it's not good at all. And pregnant humans need a lot of food, and someone has to go and get that food. And it will be mostly the men who will provide protection and go out and kill stuff for food, and women will probably go around while pregnant and dig up some edible herbs and roots and stuff. Maybe plant seeds so that when you get back to the same spot some years later you will have some good herbs or berries or something. But so this means that women will want to have relatives or boyfriends or lovers or whatever who will be able to get a good share of the kill if they're hunting in teams, and because the women will need protection and meat. And if a woman wants strong genes in her children, and she wants resources, and maybe she wants to have a high status man as her husband or whatever, so that if she wants to borrow something from someone, he will have a easier time asking for it. So it's about resources, and this means that women will look for more features in men to get things they need and want, while men would be mostly looking for signs of fertility and signs of strength needed to recuperate after childbirth and stuff, and they would look for traits indicating lack of destructive mental disorders in women, because having a psychotic woman beating up or killing the children wouldn't be beneficial at all. So, well, the man would have a lot easier to see what women they wanted, and on top of that, male promiscuity is, or we can say was, relatively risk-free if you did it in secret, because you're just using up some sperm, you're just expending some sperm, and the women might get pregnant, and that will require a lot more resources than one needs for sperm. Well, so a woman would look for a male with high status, ability to get a lot of resources and food, and he would need to be very handsome and sexy physically as well, indicating lack of disease and strong immune function for increasing the survivability of children, and just deriving evolution forward. As such, women probably couldn't be honest about the preferences, because if a woman said that she only liked very muscular, handsome men, okay, now the less muscular and less handsome men are annoyed by this and think that, okay, you stay over there, I won't do anything to you, I will just ignore you, you don't like me, if we presume they could be that emotional about it. And that may be a loss to the woman, because she needs resources that these men might have. While if she said that I love skinny guys, ugly guys, I don't think there were any fat guys at that point, but we can just say unhealthy. I like unhealthy guys with status. There will probably be a lot of guys with bad health, some with resources and some without resources, bothering her for attention and or some sort of marriage deal or something. So if a woman was unable to get both from the same man, both the physical genetical fitness, the inheritable traits from a man, as well as getting the resources, it's much better to pretend not liking the other type of man, and somehow getting to eat the cucky cookie, eat the cookie and still have it. It would be much more beneficial for the woman, and as such, it wouldn't be hard to imagine that most women are evolutionary selected to not speak their mind because it's not in their interest. And I think many of them, since this might have been selected, do this without even knowing. I mean, basically lying to themselves. It would be really interesting to see if any women respond to this, either with good arguments and good, interesting comments, or just some emotional whiny screamy stuff, because that's a message too. In this case, it will tell something at least about some minority of female sex. Well, it would be quite interesting to get a response. This is just my hypothesis. It's not any dogma I believe in. I'm perfectly capable of changing my belief, because at this point it's a belief. I don't have enough empirical data to claim that I have a really strong belief in this. I just think this is very likely